Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Heather Jones. I am the #1 intuitive teacher, and I teach you the Truth Code. The Truth Code is an incredible system that uses 7 keys to unlock your truth. Because the truth is, you guys, you have been taught a lie. You have been told the biggest freaking lie, and I'm here to tell you what it is. The lie is that you have been told to silence your pain. The second you have pain, to silence your pain with a medication, with whatever. And the truth is that when you silence your pain, you literally silence your truth. And the longer you do this, the more pain and inflammation you're going to have in your body. So many people are going to the doctors, right? And they're saying nothing's wrong with you. They're doing tons of labs and diagnoses, right? And they're saying nothing's wrong with you because you are dealing with something that's spiritual. You are literally having issues that a doctor cannot fix, because you're dealing with one of the 7 keys, and I'm going to be teaching you guys the 7 keys today. So get a pen and paper. This is information you will not want to miss, because it has taken me over 10 years, over $15,000 in certifications to learn this super simple system that will teach you how to stop silencing your pain, to start speaking your truth, and free yourself of chronic pain, chronic inflammation, illnesses, diseases that you have been dealing with for years. So I do this every single day. I teach people these keys for free. I teach people how to use these keys because I am so sick and tired of our broken system. We live in a broken system that likes to keep people sick and stuck, because you can't profit off of healed, empowered, unstoppable people. So if you have been dealing with pain your entire life, you've been dealing with chronic back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, headaches. Hey, Nikki, you have found the right place, because I'm going to teach you on this live. I have storage for it, and I tried everything. Yeah, so you have found the right place. So if you've been dealing with anything in your life, I'm here to tell you that your body speaks to you through a secret language. Your body speaks to you through pain. And we have been taught to silence our pain, which we're literally doing is silencing our truth. You see, we have been given discernment. God literally blessed us with intuition. And every single time you prayed, every time you asked for help or an answer, God literally gave you the answer in seconds. But we have been taught to silence our pain and to silence our truth. So these 7 keys, when you know these 7 keys, I give them to you for free. You can literally ask your body, what is this? And your body will tell you. And you can literally tell your body, or your body will tell you exactly what you need to do to get rid of it. I will take people from a 10-10 pain and get them to a 0 pain within minutes. I do it every single day on my live. This is not magic. This is like pure divine intuition from God, and science backs this stuff up too. So we have been told the #1 lie, which is key #1, is that you need to silence your pain as quick as you can. Go take a painkiller, go take Tylenol, ibuprofen to shut the pain up. Okay, I'm a mom. I would do that with my kids. I'd give them ibuprofen, Tylenol whenever they had a toothache or a headache. Whenever they had a stomach ache, I'd give them stomach medication. But here's the truth. Just a couple days ago, my son threw up right out of nowhere. But I was able to test that he had taken on some energy, absorbed some energy from that morning, and he just threw it up. His body knew what to do to get rid of the energy. Now, we are grown adults in our 30s and our 40s and our 50s, and we have silenced our truth for decades. Now our body is literally screaming at us through pain. You go to the doctors, and the doctors can't explain what's wrong because you are dealing with something spiritual. 60s, yeah. You are dealing with something spiritual. So let's talk about it, okay? I'm going to give you the 7 keys. You guys, I give you these keys for free in my free guide. I'm going to teach you a system that works in seconds, how to get your yes and no and how you can clear it. And today at about 4:30, I'm going to be doing one-on-ones with people, and I'm going to prove to you that this system I teach works. That you can go from a 10-10 pain to a 0 in minutes, okay? I do this every single day for about 5 to 10 people, and it's incredible. So key #1 is your body literally has its own secret language. It speaks to you. How does your body speak to you? It communicates through pain. Usually it starts out as a little splinter, but we ignore the splinter because we're taught to mask it and silence it, but it gets louder and louder and louder. Key number 2 is you can actually have something
wizard.
cute. Okay, shut my door, please.
Okay.
Key number 2 is it could be something physical, okay? So I'm not saying that everything's spiritual, it could be physical. But what? So many people are jumping on the parasite detox, all the detoxes, the cleanses, right? Those things are great, but if you don't need to do them, you don't need to waste your time on them. So what could it be? It could be a parasite, a nutrient deficiency, a toxin, or a heavy metal. Which one? I don't know about you, but I'm tired of playing the guessing game with my health. I don't want to give my kids something that's not actually going to get to the root cause of the problem. So you can test. So in my advanced intuitive testing guide, I have charts. Heavy metals, toxins, parasites, nutrient deficiencies. I teach you how to get a yes or no so you know which one. If you have a parasite, which one? If it's liver flukes, we're going to treat those a little bit differently, you guys. If you have a nutrient deficiency, okay, I teach you in seconds how to figure out what your body needs, because the truth is when your body has what it needs, it is a self-sufficient mechanism. It knows how to heal itself. It knows how to take care of itself. But sometimes we get overloaded because, well, if you're here in America, we have poisons in our food, poisons in the water, and poisons in our air, okay? So that is key number 2. How we doing, okay? Who's excited for all the other keys? You guys, these keys are life-changing. It took me 10 years, over $15,000 in several holistic certifications, NLP, hypnosis, emotion code, theta, MAP, breakthrough, Innerwise. I think I already said that, okay? And I was so mad at God when I learned these keys because I was like, we always had the answers. We always knew what was wrong. Our body always spoke to us, but we were lied to and we were told to silence our truth. And when we silenced our truth, we literally silenced our healing. Okay? Pain is the secret language of the body. So key number 3, you could have a trapped emotion. Okay, I'm not the only one that teaches about trapped emotions, but I would say more than 90% of the people in the world don't recognize that you can have a trapped emotion from childhood that is showing up physically in your body as an adult. So what do I mean by this? If you were 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 25 and you had physical trauma, sexual trauma. You guys, 1 in 4 in the United States have sexual trauma before the age of 18, 1 in 4. I think it's the same for men. I just don't think men are more vocal about their abuse or trauma, okay? So if you had physical trauma, sexual trauma, emotional trauma, religious trauma, and you haven't done the work and you have chronic pain, guess what? You most likely have a trapped emotion. So when I was 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and I was being physically abused and I had sexual abuse and trauma, my brain, a 3 and 4-year-old, does not have the mental capacity to understand what happened to them. They don't have the tools to say, oh, that happened to me and that wasn't okay. Okay? Instead, what your body does is it protects you, encapsulates it, and tucks it away till you're an adult and you can handle those emotions with a grown-up brain. But the problem is that those emotions start to come up, and what are we taught? Oh, nope, push those down. Go take a painkiller. Go binge eat. Go drink. Go do drugs. Okay? Instead of allowing that emotion to come up, feel the pain, feel the emotion, and allowing it to leave our body. Okay? You guys, that is a trapped emotion. I'm telling you, most every single person I work with, it's never physical, first off. Okay? So you can have a trapped emotion. How do I know? I had trapped emotions. I had to clear them. Let's talk about the second key, generational trauma. You guys write these keys down. Get my free guide. I give you these keys for free. They are life-changing. This is all you need to unlock your truth. These are the only thing you need is in these 7 keys. Okay, next key, generational trauma. You guys, I am not a scientist, but they have proven that you can have generational trauma generations back through epigenetics. Okay, they studied mice. These mice generationally had phobias, fears, pain, sicknesses, disease that were passed down from generations. Okay, what does that look like? Well, my dad was very physically traumatizing, physically abusive, okay? Guess what his dad was? His dad served in Vietnam, had PTSD, was an alcoholic, and beat the living HELL out of my dad and his brothers. Okay? Worse than I got it, I'm sure. And then guess what? His dad, alcoholic, served in the war, PTSD, trauma. And I'm sure there's more generations back on my dad's side, okay? My mom's side, when my mom was a little girl, she had sexual trauma multiple times, okay? Guess what? Her mom, sexual trauma multiple times. Guess what? Her mom, sexual trauma, alcoholic, okay? So things can be passed down generationally that you are taking on from mom and dad and you don't even know it, okay? But when you have the 7 keys and you know how to test yes or no, that's what it is, you can release it in seconds, because the second you stop silencing your truth, because when you silence your pain, you silence your truth. The second you stop silencing your truth, the pain goes away, okay? How we doing, everybody? I'm so excited to be here today. You guys, these keys are everything. And I wouldn't be on here teaching them every day, giving them away for free, having a really simple guide for $27 if I wasn't so passionate in them. Because every single person I work with, every single time, when they have these keys, they regain their power. You do not need anyone else to tell you your truth. Where are my women who hate authority? Who hate people who try to put authority on you? Okay? I was that person. Don't tell me what I need to do. I will know what I need to do, because I believe I have a direct connection to God and source. Okay? You have a divine, straight connection to source, and every time you ask and answer, you receive. Knock and it shall be given to you. Ask and you shall receive. This literally happens in seconds, okay? If you want to learn how I do this in seconds, I have my advanced intuitive testing guide. So you can say, thank you, body, for speaking to me through pain. If it's not pain, if it's a disease or the C word or a bad relationship or a money block, whatever it is, that is X. That is key number 1. Then you ask, what is causing this? Is it something physical, emotional, generational? Next one, we have 7 keys. The next one is absorbed. So who in here are my empaths? Who in here takes on energy like it's your own? You can feel energy immensely. Where are you guys at? You can go to family gatherings. You can tell the toxic people, yeah. Yep. All the time. All the time. Yeah. Look at all you guys. So I'm an empath too, but the truth is, for you empaths here, you are taking on people's energy and you're claiming it as your own. Okay, we got to stop claiming other people's traumas and pains as if they're our own, and we take it for them. And a lot of times us empaths, we do it unconsciously. But what happens is you go home and you get the headache, you get tired, you get fatigued, and out of nowhere. But now with the keys, you can test, is this absorbed energy? Is this mine? And if you get a no, guess what? You can release it in seconds. You can send it back to sender in love. Yeah, teachers too, right? Teachers, massage therapists, anyone in the healing realm, anyone who works and has a job, you're constantly dealing with people's energies. But here's the thing, you guys. You can get absorbed energy when you're a baby. So let me share a brief story. So I was working with a client and we tapped into an absorbed energy. But backtrack a little bit, there was a mom driving in her car and she got in a car accident. She had her brand new baby in the car and she literally thought she was going to die. She saw her life flash before her. She had her new baby in the car and she said, this is it. Miraculously, she survived the accident. Miraculously, she and her baby lived. So 25, 30 years later, I'm working with this girl and she has this pain that she's been dealing with, this chronic pain, and we test it's absorbed. We ask if we need to know more. Yes. Who does it come from? It came from her mom. Interesting. Do we need to know more? Yes. Okay. What age? 1, 2, 3. She was a baby. Okay. Then we asked, oh my gosh, was there an accident? Yes. Do we need to know more? No. So she went home and talked to her mom and said, hey, Mom, did something happen when I was a baby? Yes. I was in a car accident. I thought I was going to die. How did you know? So that little baby, when she was a baby, she didn't know. She just took on some of that energy as if it was her own. So you can absorb energy anywhere and not even know it. But with the 7 keys and knowing how to test yes or no, you can release it in seconds. You guys, I do this every single day. For those of you who are like, this is not true, follow me, watch me. You will literally see on my live, we will take people from a 10-10 pain to a 0. And sometimes all it is one absorbed energy from somebody else that's causing them a 10-10 pain in their body. Because the truth is that you've been feeling it for a long time. It started out as a small tinge pain, but your body started getting louder and louder and louder because you were not listening. So if all you get from this live is to start listening to your pain, don't run to the bathroom and grab your Tylenol or ibuprofen or stomach pain. Ask, show me what this pain is, body. Show me what this pain is, and I promise you, it will tell you. Okay? What are the keys? We're going through them. Key number 1 is your body literally, thanks for the love. Your body literally speaks to you through pain. Pain is the secret language of the body. How else can our body communicate that something is out of alignment if it isn't through pain? We have to change pain to communication, okay? If we grew up being taught, hey, this is communication, my body's communicating with me, we would treat our bodies with a lot more love and respect and hold sacred space for our bodies. But instead we're taught, oh, that's pain, that's bad, shut it up as quick as you can. And now we wonder why the mental health crisis, why the suicide rates, why the dependency on things are out of this world, because people are literally dying inside. Their bodies are screaming at them and they don't know how to release. Okay? Okay. So key number 1, your body speaks through pain. Key number 2, it could be physical. It absolutely could be physical. You guys, if you want, I have a free guide that goes over the 7 keys. My advanced intuitive testing guide is only $27. I teach you how to use the system, how to get a yes or no. So if it's physical, in my advanced guide, I give you the charts. It's either a heavy metal, a toxin, a parasite, a nutrient deficiency. They come with charts because we are done playing a needle in a haystack. We are done saying which parasite, which nutrient deficiency, which toxin. And a lot of people are jumping on the parasite cleanse bandwagon, the detox bandwagon, and that's not even what your body needs. But if it is, you can know exactly which one and you can get to the root of that one. Okay? So that's key number 2, is it physical? Key number 3, it could be a trapped emotion. If you've ever had physical trauma, sexual trauma, emotional trauma, religious trauma, spiritual trauma, which I know you all have because we are meant to come to this earth to experience trauma and trials. That is our hashtag training, you guys. We're here to learn from our experiences. But if you have never gone back and processed some of those traumatic experiences as an adult with a coherent mind, because what happened to you when you were 3 or 4, you couldn't heal that because you didn't have the capacity to acknowledge that what happened to you was wrong and not okay. Okay? Next key is generational trauma. You can literally have things passed down. They've proven this through epigenetics, through science, that mom and dad can give you something generations back. I'm going to show you how. Where are emotion trauma stored in the body? Everywhere. Everywhere. If you have pain in your neck and your back and your stomach and your shoulder and your finger and your toe, okay? Sickness, disease, all starts with energy, okay? So let's go to the next key. We talked about absorbed energy, okay? I shared an experience of a little baby that took on her mom's trauma during a car accident. And she didn't realize that till she was way into her late 20s, early 30s. We did the testing and it was absorbed and it wasn't hers and we cleared it in seconds. Okay, she had a 10-10 pain. We went to a 0 in seconds, minutes. If you don't believe this works, stay live. I will do one-on-ones. We will take people I've never met from a 10-10 pain and get them to a 0. Sciatica, yeah. Any pain you have, any sickness, any disease, that is key number 1. You became aware. And now you're going to hold sacred space for your body to tell you what it is. It can only be one of these 7 keys. All you need is the 7 keys. I promise you. I've done this for over a decade. I've worked with hundreds of people across the entire country. These work. Okay, next key is the spiritual key. You guys, where are my Christians in here? Where are my people who love God, who love Jesus? You know they're real, okay? You know, I had a really hard time growing up. I grew up in a very strong religion. Me here, yeah. So when Jesus Christ cast demons out and put them into swine, who thought that that was just a metaphor or a story, okay? When Jesus Christ literally taught Peter, James, and John how to cast demonic entities out of people, and he said, what are you guys doing? And they're like, well, we can't cast it out. And he said, well, some things you need to fast for. You guys, he was literally speaking and teaching us how we can do the same thing. So as a child, I experienced demonic entities, shadow entities that were terrifying. And no, I wasn't possessed by Satan. No, I wasn't a lower vibrational frequency being. I was 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 years old. So you can be a spiritual, amazing, incredible Christian and still see demonic entities and have them show up in your life. It doesn't mean anything other than the veil is thin for you. Now, yes, some people dabble in satanic things, have depression and anxiety, and those things will come in and try to feed off of you. But the truth is that you have so much power over them. So when I teach these keys, I teach these keys to tell you, you have so much power over them. So some people don't believe because they've never experienced it, right? Some people read scripture as storytelling. So when Elijah went off into a chariot of fire, that's like not real. But when I tell you that demonic entities are real, that some of them are here to cause you chaos and pain, it is true. How do I know? Because I witnessed them as a child and again into my adult years, okay? But whether you believe in them or not, if you test yes for spiritual and it's a demon or an unclean spirit or a familiar or a fiery dart of the adversary, all I want you to know is you have power over them. So if you don't really believe or you're on the line, but you test yes, spiritual, I'm powerful. I can send that out. I can protect myself, okay? So here's the upside of the spiritual key. How many of you guys have ringing in the ears like unbelievable, you guys, the last couple of weeks? How many of you guys felt like you've been swimming underwater for the last couple of weeks? Massive fatigue, like, oh my gosh, can we get a break? Yeah, so many of us. Do you guys know that we are going through a massive ascension process right now? Yeah. The Schumann resonance is off the charts. The sun is beaming on us stronger than it ever has. And it is for our good. People are ascending. People are consciously awakening. We are starting to vibrate at a higher frequency. But our bodies need time to integrate. So during your healing work, during your ascension, during your spiritual awakening, your body will mimic pain or have pain symptoms, not because it's a bad thing, but because it's trying to ascend, okay? So when I test yes for spiritual, I'll ask, is this the good or the bad? If it's the bad, I'm like, okay, I need some clearing casting to do. If it's the good, I just need to do more grounding, more sleeping, drinking water, right? I have to be very conscious of my body and help it, okay? Yay. So that's the spiritual key, you guys. And for those of you guys, I love the spiritual key because I love all the keys, first of all. But it was so funny because I remember I had just certified in Reiki. So I said I certified in over 10 holistic modalities. I spent over 15K in modalities. So my certifications are astronomical: NLP, hypnosis, quantum healing hypnosis theory, theta, emotion code, MAP, breakthrough, innerwise, right? Like I just kept wanting more and more and more. So after I certified in Reiki, I had the tall shadow man in my hat. Who's seen him? Who's seen the tall shadow hat man? Okay. He likes to show up right before spiritual awakenings, right before a big shift in people's lives. And when I watched K-pop Demon Hunters, he was in that movie. I was like, shut the front door. Yeah. Anyways, when he saw that I could see him and he was aware, like, oh shoot, she can see me, he ran through my house faster than I could. I didn't even say anything. Just my presence expels demonic entities, unclean spirits, familiars, okay? And that's what I want you to get to. I want you to get in a place where, you know, that scripture said, like, when you wake up and stomp on the floor, Satan goes like, oh no, she's awake. That's what I want for you. I want the second you wake up and you step on the ground, not only is your spiritual family like, boom, she's ready to go, but same as the other realm, like, oh, she's awake. We gotta scatter, okay? So these keys are life-changing because you don't play a guessing game with your health. I am never sick. I never have anxiety. I never have depression. I'll talk about sleep paralysis. Okay? How did I learn about the spiritual key personally? I was having massive migraines every 3 to 4 times a week. If you haven't experienced migraines, you guys, you literally feel like you're going to die. I had my routine, 2 ibuprofen 800s, a Tylenol 500, a Coke ice pack in a dark, quiet room for hours. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about their experiences here. Yeah. So I couldn't get to my routine. I reached out to a friend. She tapped in. She said, Heather, you are being attacked by legions of entities. Legions. Pain in my neck, migraines. I'm not saying that migraines are always spiritual, you guys. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it could be physical. It could be emotional. It could be generational. It could be absorbed. It could be spiritual. Okay? When you have the keys, you can stop silencing your truth and the pain goes away. Okay? So if I deal with any type of sickness or disease or anxiety, it's for minutes, maybe a couple hours if it's really bad, but that's it. Because I have the tools, I can tap in, I can clear. So do yourself a favor, invest $27 in the Advanced Intuitive Testing Guide because I'm going to teach you how to get your yes and no in seconds. I learned this through Innerwise in Germany. Germany is way advanced when it comes to the holistic modalities. The man that I learned from, he was praying to God. He's older now. I want to say he's in his 70s. But he was praying to God. He was a doctor and he was so frustrated that you had to use brain scans and heart scans and blood things to get answers. And he's like, God, there's got to be a quicker way. And God said, yes, you are a literal instrument. You are a literal instrument. And when you are divinely connected to pure source, guess what? You can test your instrument to get a yes or no with a 99.9% accuracy. How do I know? Because he was taught how to do this. So he said, I'm going to do some clinical labs. I'm going to test these people. I'm going to write down everything that I tested using mine and their instrument to get a yes or a no. And then we're going to do the labs, and then we're going to come back and compare. Guess how accurate they were? 99.9% accurate. That's what you can do. You can take this guide, you can learn yes or no, you can use the charts, and you can get a 99.9% accuracy on what is wrong with you, what is causing you your pain, what is causing you your disease, your sickness, okay? What happens when you empower people and you teach people these keys? It destroys the matrix because you cannot profit off of sick people. The system is meant to keep people stuck and trapped and sick. Stuck and trapped and sick. You're sick, guess what? I'm going to give you a painkiller. But this painkiller is not only going to fix that, but it's going to cause you 20 other symptoms. So when those symptoms come up, I'm going to give you another pill for those symptoms. Do you see this cycle? So I did healthcare, you guys. I worked in Medicare. And I can tell you truth that the people who were taking were 20 to 30 to 40 to 100 times more sick than the people who didn't take anything. Because I would talk to the 80 and the 90-year-olds. The 80-year-olds that would give me a list of 30 prescriptions. Oh my gosh. The people who said, oh, I don't take those. I would have guessed they were 40 or 50-year-olds on the phone. I'm like, oh, okay. So I teach you these keys so that you can be empowered. I teach these keys for free. I do have a free guide. The way to learn to get your yes and no, it takes a little bit longer, okay? But if you want to learn these keys, not only for yourself, but how to use them to get a yes and no, and use them for your family and friends through proxy. If you want to learn how I do this on live, which I'm going to do, we're going to do this at 4 o'clock. We're going to take people from a 10-10 to a 0, invest in a $27 guide. Not only do I teach you the yes and no the same way that costs thousands of dollars to learn in Germany, I give you the charts, I teach you how to do it proxy, but I also teach you how to scale vitamins, how to test supplements. So let's say you figure out that you have a nutrient deficiency and you need sulfur. Which product? If the product is not going to be a 90 to 100% effective, we don't want to waste our money and time on that. So this guide is going to inevitably save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Because guess what? When you go to the doctors to do labs or you're sick and they say, oh, we don't know what's wrong, let's just do a bunch of labs. If you say, oh, I want to test if it's a nutrient deficiency or a parasite or a heavy metal or a toxin, insurance doesn't cover that. If that doesn't put like a big light bulb of like, oh, insurance doesn't cover the things that if you actually fixed, your body would be able to take care of itself. They don't talk about emotional trauma, generational trauma, absorbed energy, spiritual. Okay? They don't. They won't. And nothing wrong with doctors, you guys. They do the best they can. They're just learning. They're doing what they can with their tools. Okay? So that's why you want to invest in the guide. Now, let's go to the very last key, you guys. Let's go to the last key, and then I'm going to drop some golden nuggets. Okay? So for those of you who are just joining, we're going to go through it one more time. You guys, repetition is key. Key number 1, your body has a secret language. It literally speaks to you through pain. Do yourself a favor, hold sacred space. Ask your body, what is this pain? Show me. Show me. With the keys, you can know exactly. If it's physical, it's only going to be one of the 4 things. Heavy metal, toxin, parasite, nutrient deficiency. I have charts so you can test which heavy metal, which toxin, which parasite, which nutrient deficiency. Yes, Alex, got the guide. Because we are done playing a needle in a haystack. We are in a society right now where every penny freaking counts. So why am I going to buy a vitamin I'm just going to poop out in the toilet? Do you know that the manufacturers of the bathroom stuff, thousands and thousands of vitamins that are full solid, like people are wasting their money, and the vitamin supplement industry is not even regulated. You could literally be buying snake oil. Why do that to yourself when your body literally will tell you yes or no? It's called your intuition, you guys. It is your divine gift from God. It's called discernment. It always tells the truth. It cannot lie. It will not lie. And when you can tap back into that, you knew how to do it as a child. But the problem is ever since you were a child, you had your parents tell you what to do. Shut up, stop crying, listen to me, I'm the boss. You had your teachers tell you what to do. Shut up, be quiet, listen to me, I'm the boss. You had your coaches tell you what to do. Your pastors, your prophets, your priests, right? Everyone was constantly telling us what to do. Even though we knew we had to go pee, raise our hand. Nope, gotta wait till break. We knew that we had a pain. We knew we wanted to cry. We wanted to share our emotions, but we weren't allowed to. So now we're adults in our 30s, 40s, 50s, someone said 60s, and we don't know how to release this. We've forgotten, but now you're going to remember. Okay, key number 3 is you can have trapped emotions. Key number 4, you can have generational trauma. They've proven this through epigenetics. They've actually, you guys, proven every single key. You could have absorbed energy. You could have absorbed energy. How many people have watched a scary movie, felt a certain way? Listened to a song, felt a certain way? You're literally taking on energy. Next is it's spiritual. I personally believe in demonic entities because I saw them. They attacked me. Someone had mentioned sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is almost always, in my line of work, demonic entities. silencing you, sitting on you, choking you, not letting you wake up. Okay? So if you have the keys, you can test and know. Don't take my word for it, because that's exactly what I don't want people to do. Don't take my word for it. Get the keys, start practicing, and learn for yourself. We are a society that wants everyone else to tell us what to do. And we need to stop seeking external validation too. I did that for years. Please, please, just tell me I'm worthy. Tell me I'm good enough. Love me. Think I'm pretty. Okay? So we're going to go to the last key. Yay, Kim. Got the guide. Only Quran can save you. Allah is the only God. Hey. I'm not doubting or saying anyone's beliefs. I'm saying that when you have these keys, you can know exactly what's causing your pain. And that is God's gift to everybody. That is called free agency, 100%. Yay, Danae. Okay, then what? Okay, then what? Then you can release. How do you release? I'm going to literally show you for free on this live. We're going to take people with a 10-10 pain to a 0 in minutes. In actual minutes. I literally teach truth, and I'm not afraid to say that what I teach works 100%. And that I am one of the few people who teaches this information for free. I have spent over 10 years, over $15,000, probably more, in learning several holistic modalities. I was mad at God because after I discovered the truth that my body always knew, that my intuition always was speaking to me, yes or no, that all I needed was these keys. Every key will unlock your truth. You have all 7 keys. Game over. I was pissed. God, people don't have this much time or money to learn these things. Heather, you have prayed since you were a little girl to be used as an instrument in my hands to help people. Here you go. So that is why I give these keys for free. I give you all the information you need to take ownership of your pain today. Now, if you want the quicker way, the way that I learned from Germany, it's called intuitive testing, which you can get a yes or a no in seconds. That is where my advanced guide comes in. And it's only $27. It's like a no big, it's like duh. Okay? I also have my spiritual mastery course. It's $397. It is the most incredible spiritual mastery course if you are wanting to step into your spiritual gifts in a safe container with a solid foundation. That was just my little side plug. We'll go more into that later. So key number 7. Whew, finally, you guys. Key number 7. It took me a while, I'm not going to lie, to get to key number 7. In fact, even my mentor, I just heard her kind of say the same thing. She was talking about her personal experience with this. But anyways, I had chest pain. I literally couldn't breathe. I thought my ribs were like crushing in on themselves. Like I had pneumonia or like something. But guess what? I had no fever. I had no cough. I had no flu-like symptoms. It just felt like my ribs were crushing in. Like I had like someone sitting on my chest, but it was 24/7. And it was 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. And I'm like, what is this? And I had my tools. I had my keys. So what did I do? I finally sat down and held sacred space. Okay, body, show me what this is. Clear as day. I got a message. This is not from this lifetime. And I was like, what does that even mean? I don't believe in that. I believe this is a one and done. If you don't make it, you're going to hell for all eternity. And if you do, welcome to the celestial kingdom. Okay? So that was really hard for me. So I'm kind of hard-headed. So I like ignore it. And then finally I ask again, okay, really, what is this? And then my body spoke to me again. It is not from this lifetime. So I do what everybody does, you guys. And I went on YouTube and I searched past lives. And I found a past life meditation. And I did the past life meditation and I saw myself, thanks Renee, as a redheaded princess in a castle. And I was crying and I was so upset because I had all these things and all this wisdom to share, but I was treated worse than the dog because I was a woman. I was looked upon as the only thing that I was good for was creation, procreation, to bring boys into the world. That was it. And so I felt all these emotions in real time, and I was like, whoa, that was crazy. So then I reached out to one of my friends who's kind of in this same kind of realm, right? She was from my same religious background. And so I had her do a session. I didn't tell her a thing. I didn't tell her anything. So she's working on me, doing some energy, tapping in. And I finally say, hey, I think I believe in past lives. She's like, oh, so do I. Thank you for the love. She's like, thank you, Rebecca. She said, I see a redheaded little girl running through the field. And in that moment, you can't make this shit up, okay, you guys? You can't make this up. In that moment, it was like a lightning bolt of truth shook through my entire body. You guys, some people call this the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, God, but that was exactly truth. My entire cell and everybody lit up. And guess what? Within minutes, actually it was seconds, my chest pain was gone. And now I have worked with people, hundreds of people from across the world who've had crazy experiences. One lady had neck pain her entire life. She was about to go get an infusion, or like they were going to infuse her spine because her jaw and TJ, guess what, you guys? She had a past life where she was literally a slave. And she had a metal lock and key. And the second that she recognized that, I just got goosebumps. Woo! The second that she recognized that memory, the pain was gone. Instantly. Years of TMJ, years of neck pain. Okay, I wish I was making this stuff up, but I'm not. So I'm going to be working with people one-on-one who are literally carrying the persecution's cross. They have literally been silenced for their truth for years and years and years. Okay? I am a Christian. I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus. But I also believe that it takes millions and millions of lives to evolve. And I sure hope that our God didn't live one lifetime and now he's judging me from the heavens. How horrible are you because you can't live a perfect life one time, okay? Anyways, that's a little deep. These keys will work for you regardless of, thanks for the sunglasses. These keys will work for you regardless of your religious background or denomination, okay? If you do not believe in the spiritual key, but you believe in dark energy, okay, use that. If you do not believe in past lives, but you believe that you are a eternal being who's lived forever and ever, maybe there's something that has to do with before you came to this earth, okay? But the keys always work, and they work in seconds. And so I'm not here to proclaim myself as a healer or a psychic or a medium or a God or a savior. I am a medium for myself. I am a psychic. I receive visions, downloads. I can speak to people on the other side of the realm. I see them. I talk to them. But I'm here to tell you that you can do the same exact thing, but even better, you can get messages for yourself. So people who spend like $400 for 30 minutes with a psychic to get downloads from the other side of the realm, thanks for the love, you can do the same thing. But even better, you could do it all the time, over and over and over again. So start with my advanced intuitive testing guide. You guys, it's only $27. You'll be able to tap into your intuition. You will get how to ask yes or no. And eventually, you guys, you'll be doing this for so long that I know the answer before my intuition, my intuitive testing technique gives me the answer. Okay? These keys are extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. Yay, Kim. Could you show me an example of sway? We're talking about in the free guide. Yeah, so in the free guide, and you guys, this workbook, for those of you who have already downloaded it, like you will know, this is not like a cheapy thing. So in my free guide, you guys, I give you the Live Empowered course, which is, I wish every school taught this. It's the foundational tools. If you are still a people pleaser, if you still don't know how to say no, if you do not have a vision, like if you do not know exactly what you want in the next year, 5 years, a man with no vision will perish. Okay? It comes with that free foundational course. The free guide is incredible, okay? It comes with the breakthrough method, which I took a year to certify on how to release the really deep, hard, scary emotions, especially when there's sexual trauma or physical trauma that you don't want to go back to, and you don't have to, okay? In my advanced intuitive testing guide, which is $27, I go thoroughly into each key with what right questions to ask. Then I also teach you how to do this proxy. So how do I do this safely and effectively with my family members, with my son, my daughter, my brother, my husband? Because there is a technique. You guys, we are not permitted to heal people or to hold sacred space if they do not give us permission, okay? So I teach you how to do this proxy. Some of us are dealing with years and years of generational scarcity, money blocks. You have done everything to break through the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100K, and you're stuck because you have something spiritual blocking. It could be fear of failure. It could be fear to be seen. It could be a generational herx. It could be a generational hex on your family bloodline. So no matter what you do, but don't take my word for it, you can test. Okay? I got to the point where I was testing every day. Do I have an emotional block, a generational block with my wealth? Because I kept hitting this certain max. But then I finally got to the root, you guys. It was fear of being seen in my spiritual gifts. And the second I released that, the money just came in naturally doing what I love, teaching. Okay? So I give you the money block guide so you know you can tap into, do I have money block? Money is spiritual. Money is energy. Okay? So these keys will work for that. Someone said, you know, what about this? What about that? What about relationships? What about this disease, this cancer, this sickness, this illness? That is key number one. So you can underline anything. Pain, sickness, disease, bad relationships, karma, whatever. Broke, I'm bankrupt, I need help. Show me which key will unlock this so I can move forward, okay? Because we are not allowed to bypass our training. Our traumas and our trials are literally for our training. God will not let us just bypass that. Some people bypass that and they win the lottery. Guess what? They lose it in a year or two. They're bankrupt again because they didn't learn the lesson. So that is what pain is for. That is what these blocks are for. Sickness is disease. It's just we need to slow down and ask so we can learn the lesson and we can move through it and then we're good, okay? So many juicy things in the $27 guide. All right, you guys, in 10 minutes, we are going to be working one-on-one. Slow down is right. Am I talking too fast? I get so passionate when I talk about these things. Yeah, oh Lord, God will definitely not let you bypass. Right? I am 41 years old, you guys. I have had to go through every single key. I had to go through sexual trauma, physical trauma, emotional trauma, religious trauma, spiritual trauma. So key one, I had to let go of the emotional trauma that happened to me when I was a child, into my teen years, into my young adult years. Okay, I lost a baby. We had to bury a son to a rare genetic disorder. I had emotional trauma that I had to overcome through that, okay? I had generational trauma from both my mom's side and my dad's side that was very deep. Sexual, physical, and money traumas, okay? Then I had absorbed energy. I would take everyone's energy as my own because I loved everyone. When I saw a homeless person, when I saw a sick person, when I saw a sick baby, I'd be like, oh, my heart. And I would just take that on. Okay, I had to learn to stop saying, I had to learn how to stop doing that because I wasn't saving anyone from their pain. I was just taking it on as mine. So you'll see there's some people who are hesitant when I tell them to send that back to sender with love. You are not sending anything back that wasn't already theirs, that they're not already feeling. So when I send this hatred or this sickness or this sadness that it was absorbed back to sender, they were already feeling it. They're already carrying it. I'm not adding to their plate. Does that make sense? I had to deal with a spiritual key. I personally felt and witnessed demonic entities. I was physically attacked by them. I was given migraines by them. I had fiery darts of the adversary thrown at me, thrown at my neck, thrown at my back, like, ouch. Okay? And then I had my own personal experiences with past lives. So I teach these keys through pure embodied living. If I came on 10 years ago and tried to teach these keys, you guys would all think I'm full of crap, and so would I, because I hadn't learned what I needed to learn. But now that I can teach with authority and permission, I can tell you point blank, these keys work. I can literally have someone come into my session with me. We can sit down and with seconds or minutes, we can write down, we could know exactly what's wrong. And you can do this too. I'm not anyone special. I'm someone who learned the keys and now God told me to give them the keys, okay? This is a 99.9% accuracy. Unstoppable, you totally can. This is a 99.9% accuracy for you. So what happens when you have other people, you're constantly seeking external validation, they're not going to get you that 99.9% accuracy. Unless they've done the work, they're a clear vessel, okay? So do yourself a favor, get the $27 guide, learn this for yourself, take control and break yourself out of the matrix. Because that's what we're in. We're in the matrix that keeps us sick and stuck that we can never break out of because we're in this wheel, right? This trauma wheel, this lesson that we just need to break out of. And how do we do that? We take full accountability for our life and for our healing. And key number one, we stop silencing our truth. Because when you silence your truth, when you silence your pain, you silence your truth. All right, so we're going to start doing one-on-ones in 4 minutes. Who's excited? I'm so excited. It's the journey, but you have to do it by yourself. You don't always have to do it by yourself, right? That's what friends and family and like besties are for. All right, so if you are at a 10-10 pain, you are at a 10-10 pain. I want to show you how you can get from a 10-10 pain into 0. I want you to put 10-10. I give you permission. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys how to do this. And then for those of you, okay, Kathy Reynolds, you'll be first. So this is my list, you guys. This is where I'm writing my list. So Kathy. And then while I'm writing names down, you guys, I do have a spiritual mastery course. We just launched this week. It is incredible. If you feel called to be a spiritual healer or you're a psychic or you're a medium, you know you have spiritual gifts and you know you're meant to step fully into them. This is the place where you're going to learn your spiritual name. You're going to learn and activate your spiritual gifts in a sacred environment. You're going to learn who your creator is. You're going to see your creator face to face, God, Heavenly Mother, Heavenly Father. Quantum gnats. You guys, we have been lied to for centuries about God. They've taken Heavenly Mother out of everything. They've done that on purpose. Science is now proving the masculine and the feminine, the plasma, the emotion, the energy, that there's two things that we need in order for any creation. Heavenly Mother is coming out, man. Yes, he is most definitely real. Okay. So I have Kathy Reynolds, Holly, Jet, Soulshine, Quantum, Nats. Oh, I think I put Jet down twice, or maybe that was Jeff and then Brenda. Okay, so for those of you guys who are watching, yes, for those of you guys who are watching, I'll put my bracelets back on. I couldn't write with them. I teach the truth code. Okay, I teach you for absolutely free. Get my free guide if you haven't. Because if you haven't, it means you want to stay stuck and you want to remain a victim. In my $27 guide, I use a system called InnerWise. It's a way to do intuitive testing to get your yes and no in seconds. So when you have these keys, we can test in seconds what's wrong. So we're going to start with Kathy Reynolds. Okay, she's a 1010 pain. And this is exactly what I would do at home and exactly what you would do at home and what you would do if you do this for other people. So my $27 deck, no victim here, sister. Hell yeah. Me neither. Me neither. We dealt with a Karen yesterday. It was the very first time in my life where you see people recording people who were like crazy. I literally had that happen yesterday. It was the first time and I'm like, oh my gosh. Some lady like got out of her truck and was screaming, yelling across the parking lot at my 4-year-old son. Did you kick my truck? And I went over there to talk to her, and because I came at her in the same energy, like, excuse me, you will not talk to my 4-year-old son that way. She like cowered like a little dog in her car and said, back up or I'm going to call the police. It was the most craziest thing, you guys, I've ever witnessed. But those are victims. But when you have the keys too, and you're healed, you can hold sacred space and you can recognize people are just projecting from their brokenness. Okay. Okay. So Kathy, she gave me permission. Yes. She's at a 1010. Yes. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. You can't see what I'm doing because this is what I teach in my $27 guide. Thanks for the love. So we're going to ask which key is causing her the 1010 pain. It's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational. Okay. There's 7 keys. I was told because she gave me permission, I can tap in. If she didn't give me permission, I could tap in, but I couldn't do anything else other than that. If we need to know more, we're going to ask. We need to know more? No. So that means we can clear this. She has been carrying something that's not hers from mom or dad that's ready to be cleared. So how do you release? You guys, this is universal law on how to release. You hold sacred space for your body. You breathe unconditional love into the pain. You guys can do this at home, okay? You breathe unconditional love, Kathy, into the pain. And each breath out, you literally breathe that pain out of your body. Okay? That's all you do. If your body gets painful when I'm working with someone, like you're taking on this, you could feel it. You guys do this technique for yourself and claim it. Someone on my live yesterday said it's not working. It's not working because that's not the key. That's stuck. We were clearing something generational. That's not what she was clearing. Does that make sense? So you cannot bypass your truth. When you have the key and you communicate with your body and your body says, this is it. And then your body says, yes, you can clear, meaning you don't need to know anymore. You can clear. So I got Kathy had something generational. Do I need to know more? No. So she can clear. Yes. Makes sense? What about sciatica? Anything. You will learn how to use these keys in my advanced intuitive testing guide. I teach you how to do this proxy safely. Okay? That will get her to a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5. So after you test, you want to say, what will this get my pain to? Because you can have multiple keys attached to the same pain. So now we're going to say, what's the next key? Again, it's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. So now she has absorbed energy on top of that pain. Okay, she's at a 10-10. We need to ask, do we need to know more? We have to ask the body. No. So that means she can release this because her body said, nope, that's all she needed to know. So Kathy, unconditional love to your pain. Is it your right shoulder? I tend to mirror people's pain only when I'm working with people. We're going to breathe unconditional love into that pain with each breath. Do you know the first thing we do when we're in pain? Most, even women, when they're having babies, we stop breathing. And they're like, breathe. Breath is a universal language, and so is unconditional love. And that's why I teach this method of releasing. There's multiple ways. You can scream, you can cry, you can walk. You're just moving the energy. You can yawn. Some people yawn or burp or throw up or go to the bathroom. That's moving energy. So that's been cleared. Yes, we can get this to a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0. So Kathy, we're working with Kathy. I'm going to pin her up here so you guys can see her. So Kathy, at a 10-10, where are you at now in numbers and what's coming up for you? Yeah, crying is a great way to release. Huge. When I lost my son, to a rare genetic disorder, I didn't know how to handle it and I didn't cry for almost a whole year because I felt like if I cried, God wouldn't think that I had faith that I would see my son again. Like weird, distorted. So you better believe that a year later when someone held sacred space and I cried, like it was so powerful and it released so much. But crying is incredible. So right now we're working with Kathy. She's a 10-10 pain. We use the keys. I'm moving my lower body. I can feel the release out of my lower back and hip. Perfect. So I'm going to pin Kathy up there. If you guys just send her unconditional love, okay? I'm proving to you that these keys work. I've never met Kathy, but Kathy's been dealing with 10-10 pain. But I can tell you what I do know for a fact is that your body speaks to you through pain. That pain is just the messenger. And we keep silencing our messenger through painkillers, okay, through drugs, alcohol, binge eating, masking. We just push it down. So the longer you silence your messenger, the louder it's going to get through pain. So if you are at a 10-10 pain, I'm telling you for a fact, you have been silencing your pain. And that's it. When you have the keys, you unlock your truth, you unlock your healing. Kathy, let us know in numbers when you start getting down. So she's at a 10. We told her that we released. We tapped into generational. She was carrying something generational. We were told that was going to get her to a 5. Terrible bad cramps. Angela, yeah. So cramps, especially in our uterus, that's our root. That could be from trauma. Okay, you guys, I have all this in my free, I have the keys in my free guide, but I have how I'm doing this quickly in my advanced guide. I had to walk and I'm at a 2. Shut the front freaking door. Maybe a 1. You guys, I do this every single time. So I'm going to pin this. Kathy was at a 10 literally how many minutes ago? 2-3 minutes ago. A 10-10 pain. A 10-10 pain, and she went to a 1. We cleared 2 things. I didn't clear, she did. She cleared 2 things from breathing unconditional love to the pain, holding sacred space, and breathing the pain out. If that is not proof enough why you have to learn this lesson, why it is imperative for you, it is not magic, you guys, and it is so stupid, easy, simple. That is why I was so upset with God when I learned this system. It's so easy. Even in scriptures, God said, I teach little children can do this because they can. You only have to have the capacity of a little child to learn this system, how to use it for yourself, and to help other people. Yes, Kathy, look at all of us sending you love. You don't need to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for doctors, for psychics, for mediums, for healers, for courses. You just don't have to. I teach it all in my $27 guide. Is this permanent? Angela, I love that you asked this. The pain that she just released for that is permanent, but we will have to continue to learn to live this life. We still have husbands, we still have children, we still have coworkers, right? So what this will do is the second you have pain now, the second I have any pain, I will test. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life absorbed? When I know, I clear. So this will keep you from that 10-10 pain. So you're not dealing with it for weeks, months, or years. Does that make sense? So I never have anxiety. If I do, it's for maybe an hour. I never have depression. If I do, it's maybe for an hour or two. I'm never sick. If I do, maybe a day, okay? So yes, this is permanent for what we released, but moving forward, we still have traumas and it's life. We're gonna have trials. We can't bypass what we came to this earth to learn. Kathy, my love, let us know when you're at a 0. Maybe you already did, but do 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 so everyone can see and we can all just like care bear the mass amount of love for you. Okay, next is Holly. Holly M.Y. Yay, she's at a 0. Kathy, I'm so happy for you. Yes. Yes, for those of you who just joined, you guys, we took Kathy from a 10-10 to a 0 using these keys, this system that I give you for free. But if you want to learn how to do it quickly and how to do this for other people, okay? Hey, Lovey. Okay, so I'm just going to check in. You're next. So we're going to be working on Holly. And we are going to do the same thing that I did with Kathy. So you guys, there's 7 keys. The key number 1 is your pain. So we're acknowledging the 10-10 pain. Okay, I'm waiting to exhale for Kathy. Oh, she got to a 0. Nats, she did get to a 0. Yeah. So we're going to work on Miss Holly now. Okay. Miss Holly is at a 10-10. She gave me permission. Yes. Okay. So we're going to just start with the 7 keys. You guys, it's so simple. We're going to ask. She said yes. That's the only way I could test for her. Okay. We're going to ask, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life? Where is the $27 instruction guide? So if you click my picture, it'll show you my profile. And then I have a stand store where it will show you all my things. And you can get the $27 guide there. So Miss Holly, past life, we got a yes for past life. Now we're going to ask, do we need to know more? Yes. Persecutions cross, yes. Okay, so you'll see on my lives that I always ask persecutions cross because so many people have that right now. The persecutions cross is that you have lived multiple lifetimes trying to speak your truth and you were for it. Whether that was burned as a witch or hung or sacrificed or whatever, used as an example, okay, multiple times. So that means that you are carrying this right now. And as soon as this is released, be prepared for massive spiritual gifts to awaken and to be shown your purpose and to literally, you are here to continue to spread truth, okay? We need to know more. No, so we're going to clear that. That's a big one. So, Holly, breathe in unconditional love into your pain, and then we're gonna breathe that out. Okay, and just pay attention to all of your body sensations as you're breathing this out, and then let us know in numbers when that starts to come down from a 10, a 9, an 8, a 7. If you guys do not resonate with the key, that's okay. It might mean that you're not ready, or maybe that key just doesn't pertain to you. So I have already shared that I had a hard time with the past life key because I grew up very Christian. I was taught that this is the only life. And if you don't live it perfectly, you will go to hell for all eternity. Okay? But I soon realized through the grace of God that that's not true. Okay? That we are saved and that we will, just like any loving father, he's going to give us multiple tries to learn and grow and become better people, okay? That's what this life is for. So, Kathy, you let us know. You repeat abandons, oh damn, people will know about you. What are you talking about, Alyssa? Okay. Kathy, how we doing? I mean, Holly. Hey, guys. So right now we just tested for Holly. We used the 7 keys. So when we test, we ask, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, or absorbed? So for Holly, we got past life. We had to know more, persecutions cross. We didn't need to know more, which means she can now clear that. It's the first time in days that I managed to take a deep breath. Oh, good job. Good job. You just keep breathing and integrating. So I work with people. Okay, hold on, guys. I have to block some people. Okay, perfect. I do have people come on here and they just don't resonate and they think I'm a Satan worshiper or demonic, and that's just not the case. But to each their own. I teach people these keys to empower you because I am not a savior and I'm not a healer. I am for myself, and I'm a psychic and medium for myself, and I can receive visions and downloads for people, but only with permission, okay? That's free agency. Dark psychology, yeah, if you want to be a mod, love, by all means. If you want to be my mod, let me know. Usually I have a couple people come on that. So we are holding space for Holly. She was at a 10-10 pain. We use these keys. Sorry, I'm just reading this. We use these keys. You can use these keys. I give you these keys for free. It took me 10 years to learn these keys and over $15,000 in certifications to learn these keys. I was so mad. Thank you, Chosen 14. I was so mad when I learned that I always had the answers, that the truth was always in me. Every time I asked, I was shown. Okay? So we're using these keys right now for Kathy, and she's at a 6. Good. Okay. So she just got herself down to a 6. I'm sorry, Holly. I keep calling you Kathy. So we're going to see if there's another key, because sometimes we'll release one of the keys, we'll unlock the truth, we'll unlock the pain, but that'll only bring it down to a certain level, which means guess what? There's another key that's adding to that. So that would get her to a 5, a 4, a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5. So this will get her to a 5 and she's at a 6. So that means we have to unlock another key. So if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, I do have a $27 guide. It's so stupid simple, you guys. I promise you're going to be so mad that you have been lied to your entire life. And when you realize and you start releasing your pain and then helping other people do it, you're going to get mad at the system, because the system is created to keep us sick and stuck. You don't have to anymore, I promise you. So we're going to use the 7 keys for Holly. So we're going to ask, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, or absorbed? Okay. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. So she has another key. Oops. Just threw my pen. So she absorbed someone's energy. What does that mean? Where are my empaths that take everything? I haven't left my house since my ex left on Tuesday. Tomorrow I will get outside. Okay. Yeah, definitely get outside and ground when you can. So what does absorbed energy look like, you guys? Where are my empaths in here who take and feel people's energy? Okay. That is absorbing energy as if it's your own. The problem is that you're not actually taking any pain away from the person that you got it from. You're not saving them. You're just choosing to take that pain on. So when you recognize that you have an absorbed energy that's not yours, yeah, that's me. Guilty. Now imagine doing this ever since you were a child and you're 30, 40, 50, 60, okay? No wonder you're freaking exhausted. But now with the 7 keys, you can test. You can test. Is it absorbed? And if you get a yes, what does that mean? You can send it back to sender with love. So for you, Holly, you're going to breathe unconditional love into that pain. And when you breathe it out, you're going to say, I send you back to sender with love. I never send anything back in hate or madness, because what you send out comes back in 3. So I'm going to send out love so I get love back. Okay? And that's going to get her to a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0. So that is going to get her to a 0, you guys. On this live, yes. Hey, NYC, thanks for joining my live, love. It's good to see you. So the keys that I'm teaching you are universal keys. They work for everyone. How do you use these keys? You have something called your intuition. It is your gift from God. It's called discernment, to know a yes and a no. I teach you how in my free guide. It does take longer, but it works. In my advanced intuitive testing guide, which is $27, I teach you exactly how I did it today. And I teach you how to do it with your family members and friends. Okay? I also teach you if you have a money block, generational, emotional, spiritual, past life. You could literally having something. Thank you, Dark Psychology. And sorry if you were messaging me about my question. I think it's working. Yes. So you can have something that's literally causing you to not increase in money. Your body's been telling you, but you're not listening. I was stuck in the generational curse of scarcity. I was stuck with emotional trauma around money. Okay, when I was little, we went shopping one time for the whole year. So if I had a hole in my shirt or a hole in my pants or a hole in my skirt, guess what? I wore that out. I wore out my shoes. I grew up in a trailer park. I didn't know that till I was older, and I was like, oh. Okay, nothing wrong with growing up in a trailer park. But a lot of times when you grow up in those environments, there's a lot of scarcity about money and who you are. Because in today's society, money equals worth and value, which is absolute bullshit, if you ask me. Because you look at the richest people in the world, and they're not people I want to compare myself with as far as righteous and worthy. Hold on, guys. I got to plug my phone in. So we are working with Miss Holly. Where are you at, Holly? Oh, I literally charged my phone in just the right time. So we're working with Holly. She was at a 10-10 pain. We cleared 2 things. We tested 2 keys. One, a past life, and another one absorbed. What? Dark Psychology, you have to follow me. Cancel. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. I just remembered, I like to follow back my top people. So let me just follow you guys back real quick. And then, Holly, in the comments, just let us know what your number is. And you might have already done that, but I'm just got to follow all these people. Okay, thanks for the love. 0! Yay! Can everyone please send Holly love? Unconditional love. She just went from a 10-10 pain. How long were you carrying this pain, Holly? I know you said you haven't been able to breathe for a while. You guys, these keys are transformational. I do this every single day. You guys, I see a lot of people in the comments that are dealing with 10-10 pain. 10-10 pain, chronic pain. It's universal, you guys. We've been lied to for so long. Yes, yeah, let me know when you get my guide. I can't wait. Okay, so next we're going to be working on Jet. And Holly, thank you so much for letting us all participate in your healing and witness that. And it gives people permission to know that it will work for them. Hey, Cheryl, thanks for following, love. Yes. Yes, you guys, make sure, I had some people say that they didn't get the guide. Make sure you check your spam. And make sure if you're opening out on a computer, if you have an older Windows computer, it will not open because it's a newer PDF. But you can open it on your phone, okay? So how do you get help? Yes, Cheryl. It's incredible. And I teach this all for free. I teach the 7 keys for free. Heather, my love. Hi, honey. Yay. Hey, bestie. You guys, I teach these keys, all 7 of them, in my free guide. We go deep into the first 3, though, the physical and the emotional key. Okay, I could teach you breakthrough. I have a Live Empowered course. It's so good. My advanced guide, you're so welcome. My advanced guide, it is $27. I do charge for that, but I teach you the system that I learned through Innerwise in Germany. I teach you the 7 keys, everything that took me over a decade to learn, and over $15,000 in certifications. Okay, I'm not the only one that teaches a lot of this information, but I'm the only one that gives it away at this price. Why? Because God told me to. Okay? The $27 guide will teach you. Yes, Heather! I got my yes and my no. Yes. And Heather, isn't it so stupid easy? Which one is for removing financial blocks? So, first of all, if you have a financial block, you will use the 7 keys and you'll ask, is it physical? Probably not going to be. Is it emotional? Do I have some trapped emotions around money? What does that look like? You guys, my dad literally told me in his own words, don't dream too big, Heather. Can that not cause an emotional trauma for you when you're going after your goals and your dreams to make money? That's just one example. Generational. How could you have money blocks that are generational? Well, guess what? My dad grew up super poor. His dad, super poor. He served in Vietnam. My dad had to go collect cans with his little brothers to make sure that they had to get a nickel to buy a loaf of bread, and that's what they ate throughout the day. His alcoholic father sent my 4-year-old little dad to the side of the road to sell flowers. And guess what they had to do with the money? They had to give it to their dad to buy alcohol. My mom, same thing, very, very poor. She grew up traumatized. Her mom actually bought cat food one time and made a cat food casserole. Okay. Very prideful woman though, like didn't ask for the church or anyone to help. And so guess what? When I came into this world, there was a lot of scarcity money blocks from my mom and my dad. So it could be generational. Guess what? Spiritual. It could be spiritual. You could literally have had hexes and curses put on your line. But I don't believe in hexes and curses. Well, do you believe in the Bible? Do you believe that when God cast Cain out to be cursed and all his generation is cursed? There are curses, you guys. But you have the keys. You can know, you can test, and you can clear. I did the work, okay? I had to test. I kept testing. Why do I have blocks? Why am I not hitting this financial goal? Because there were underlying fears and emotions. And when I cleared those fears and emotions, each time I was able to make more and more money. Hey, love. Heather, I need you to help me go further. Yes, queen. How are you doing in the Live Empowered course? I know you're ready. When you finish that course, you reach out to me for the Spiritual Mastery course. So you guys, these keys are universal and they're critical because they just give you a compass, because your intuition will always tell you. Your body always tells you. You guys, that's why I was so upset after I got in my certifications and spent all this years and money, and it was finally like an aha light bulb. Are you freaking kidding me? I was like, God, are you freaking kidding me? It's this easy? Yeah, it is. You need to tell everyone how easy it is so that they can break out of this matrix, stop being lied to, stop being told to spend thousands of dollars on supplements or detoxes they don't need. Okay? Yeah, Sheila, the word works. Speak the word. Speak the word. Pray over the word. But how do you know what to speak and pray over if you don't know what your block is, right? So that's why manifestation doesn't work. That's why, manifestation works, but you have to get to the root. And when you get to the root, because I was taking action, you guys, I was literally working my little behind off because I had beliefs too about work that I had to like work my butt off to make it happen. And that's so not true. I'm making more money now doing absolutely what I love, teaching truth and helping people. And was it easy to get here? No, it was not, because I did the work, right? I took the keys, I tested and I tested and I tested, and I cleared layer by layer by layer. Okay, so we are doing that tonight. So Jet, I'm so sorry, love. You have been like waiting. Jet, are you still here? Yes. The Advanced Intuitive Testing Guide, that's $27, shows you how to tap into money blocks, how to get your yes and no in seconds, how to do this proxy for other people, okay, how to test if you do have something physical, how to test what you need to counteract that. Because we're not just taking any vitamin, we're not just taking any detox or supplement. It has to be either a 90 to 100% efficiency or efficacy that's going to get to the root cause, or we're not wasting our time or money. Okay? My parents went from rich to poor due to evil eye. So I'm going to tell you a story. My dad, he broke the generational curse. He actually was the first multimillionaire in the family. He made some bad investments and literally lost everything. And I think that's what killed my dad. So me and my siblings were set up for generational wealth, and he lost everything because deep down inside, I think he struggled with worth and value. You will see people who win millions and millions of dollars and it's gone. Because you can't bypass the lessons you need to learn in this life. Yes, Queen. Heather, I did it today and relieved my arm and shoulder pain. Yes. I'm so proud of you. See, you guys, these keys you can do. They're so stupid simple. I'm promising you. Yeah, dark psychology. It's hard. Money is spiritual, you guys. Money is so spiritual. People who tell you it's not, it's because they're not doing the work to get there. Try starting and launching your own business. You have to overcome so many insecurities, the fear of being seen, the fear of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough. Nobody would want to listen to me anyways, right? Money is so spiritual. And so for those who try to make more, you are breaking generational curses. You are trying to step into something that nobody in your family is doing currently, or maybe they are, but you want to be just like them, and you can. Okay? All right. Is Jet still here? I'm so sorry. Angela, get my free guide, love. That's why I have the free guide, because people need these keys, and I know some people can't afford anything. Get the free guide, learn the keys, start with the physical and the emotional, okay? I promise. You'll also get your yes and your no, so you can start testing the other keys too with your yes or no. Is Jet still here, or Soul Shine? You're welcome, Angela. So we're going to do this again with Jet, Soul Shine, or Quantum. So Jet, thank you for the roses. Thank you so much. Okay, so is Nats here, N-A-T-Z? Or Jeff, or Quantum Code Drops. Hey, love. Okay, Nats is here, and Quantum Code Love. Quantum, I'm going to put you on the list. Were you here yesterday, Quantum? What if you get a no on, is it okay to clear this? That just means you need to know more. That just means there's more to that your body hasn't told you yet, so you can completely clear it. Does that make sense? Okay, so you guys, we are going to work with Nats. I just pinned her to the top. Nats, I just need to reiterate, are you a 10/10 pain, and do you give me permission? I've been the other day, yes. Okay, perfect. Quantum, you are next, love. Then I'm going to do you next. So I will do Nats pretty quickly so we can get to you. So Nats, are you at a 10/10 pain, and then do you give me permission? Okay, perfect. So you guys, we're just going to do this just like I would for, okay, perfect. So you guys, we're just going to do this just like I would for, let me see. Take this off for a second. I keep ruining my chargers because I keep bending them for my phone. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, you guys. I'm going to show you how to use the 7 keys. In my advanced intuitive testing guide, I teach you exactly how to do this for yourself and other people. So I'm going to test that she gave me permission. Yes. Sometimes you get a no, even though they say yes. So you want to test. It's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. So the first key that we unlocked for Nat is it's absorbed. What does that mean? It means she took on someone's energy and claimed it as her own. Did she help the other person by taking that energy? No. So Nats, you're going to breathe unconditional love into your pain. And then when you breathe that out, you're going to send it back to sender with love. Somebody asked the other day, but I don't want to send it back. Like, isn't that painful or mean? I'm like, no, that's their pain. You didn't save them from anything. Okay. So with each breath, you're breathing in unconditional love to your pain. This is universal. This is one of the ways that you can cleanse and clear. But when I work with people, everybody knows what breath is and everybody knows what unconditional love is. Okay. So it's a universal way that you can hold sacred space for anyone to help them release. Okay. So that's going to bring her down to, or sorry, I need to ask, do we need to know more? No. Okay. That's what I thought. So this is going to bring her pain down to a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3. So what does that mean? It means that there's another key that's causing her pain. So when you get this guide, I teach you, you always have to ask, do I need to know more? Do I need to know more? If it says yes, you can't clear yet. The second it says, do you need to know more? And you get a no, you can start clearing. Okay. So we have another key. We're going to ask, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, or absorbed? It's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life. If a key does not resonate with you, that's okay. It will still work. Or maybe you're just not ready. So this is past life, Nats. We need to know more. Yes. Persecutions cross. Yes. Persecutions cross. It's a biggie, you guys. I always ask, does it mean you didn't have it before you used the keys? I had a couple women reach out to me and they're like, I was so sad that it wasn't the persecutions cross. And I'm like, why? It just means that you may have already cleared that. You already have cleared that trauma from your other lifetimes and you're stepping fully into your gifts as a spiritual person. Okay? If you guys want to learn this, it's my advanced intuitive testing guide. It's $27. If you have the persecutions cross and I cleared you and you know you're meant to step more into spiritual mastery, this is a spiritual mastery, a mystery school. It's $397. We just launched the class this week, so you're not behind and you will have lifetime access to all the modules. And in January, you'll also get to be part of our ritual. It's a 30-day money manifesting ritual and it works. Okay. I did it the first time last year, had the highest financial year, did it this year, and this is the highest financial year I've had. And it's over 100K. And I don't share that to brag. I share that because, you guys, I came from a trailer park. Yes, my dad was able to break out of that and make millions eventually, but then he lost it all. So I teach you how to hold on to money, how to make it and hold on to it. All right. Persecutions cross. How are we doing, Nats? This will get her to a 2, a 1, a 0. A 0 tonight. Yes. So this is going to get you to a 0, Nat. Unconditional love into the pain. You breathe out. Okay. So we just use the 7 keys. We just use the 7 keys in minutes. How do you know? Because you test. So your intuition tells you yes or no. Nats is out of 4, you guys. So how do you know? So in my free guide, I teach you a system that's a little bit slower. It does take longer. In my advanced guide, you know in seconds. So I'm literally asking using the technique. You can't see the technique, but I show you the technique in my guide. I literally use the technique. Is it physical? Yes or no. Emotional? Yes or no. Spiritual? Yes or no. Generational? Absorbed? Past life? So when I get a yes, and the method I teach you that I learned from Germany and Innerwise, when I get a yes, I can unlock the key. When you unlock the key, it unlocks truth, it unlocks your pain. When you silence your pain, you literally silence your truth. Okay? So we helped Kathy get to a 0, Holly get to a 0. They had 10-10 pain. Now we're working with Nats, and she is at a 4. She is at a 4 in minutes. Because the truth is, you guys should be so mad. You should be so mad. Our broken system, you guys. It is meant to keep you sick. It is meant to keep you stuck. It is meant to keep you paying and paying and paying. Okay? If everyone knew this information, the sickness would go down, the mental health crisis would go down, the suicide rates would go down. Why? Because people would know and be able to reclaim. People would understand. You guys, how many people are barely holding on by a thread? Watching this live, how many of you are barely holding on by a freaking thread? And maybe you don't want to say because it's hard. Yeah. Christian, I see you. Kat, I see you. Okay? Because we are, Zane, I see you. Irene, yeah. Yes. Han, Cece, Amanda. You guys, your mom. People are holding on by a thread. What does that mean? It means we are so bombarded with financial issues, health issues, emotional issues, generational issues, spiritual issues, and it's just too much. It's just too much. So when you have these keys and you start using them every day, eventually you're going to get to a place. Is life going to be perfect? No, but you are going to get to a place where you know how to manage now the pain. I'm never, ever, ever at a 10-10 pain. And I'm never at the point too where it's just too much. Yes, spiritual warfare is a lot. And if you're at the end of the rope, even financially, get my free guide. My mom reached out and she's like, you got to stop giving away your free guide. She's like, you should only sell your $27 guide. And guess what? I have my keys and I prayed and asked God. I said, God, is that what you want me to do? He said, no, absolutely not. Because this information is free and this information is what everybody has access to. I'm not special. You guys feel that ringing in your ears? I'm not special. But I did do the work. So I teach through embodied experiences. So every single key that I teach, I personally have experienced at a 10-10 pain or some sort of deep, I want to exit this world, it's so bad pain. So I know they work. And then the women that we helped today and the last live and all across the world, and the men that I've helped give these keys, they can testify that this works. And my sweet little friend who jumped on and she said she did this all by herself. Costumes. Oh yeah, my mom's on TikTok, guys. You guys should follow her. She does costuming and design. But anyways, back to the keys. Nat, how are we doing? So she was at a 10-10 pain. Nat was at a 10-10. We're going to get her to a 0. Thank you, Owen. I see you, Christian. We'll put you on the list, okay? Christian, we'll do you next. Oh no, we got to do Quantum. Quantum's next, and then we'll get you. Quantum, are you still on, love? Nice, Nats. Nat says, I'm seeing the brightest light when my eyes are closed. I felt that. I'm here. Okay, Quantum, we're going to do you, and then we're going to do Christian, okay? And then Nats, you let us know when you got to a 0. So for those of you guys who are just jumping on, just watching, we're going through the 7 keys. The 7 keys are in my free guide, okay? But I'm going to show you how to use these keys to go from a 10-10 pain to a 0 in minutes. Thank you, Kim. Okay, my mom's TikTok profile is, oh my gosh, it's Colleen. Does somebody know who's following her? It's Colleen something. She's my friend on here. But yeah, you should follow her. We're trying to get her to 1,000 followers so she can go live. Okay, so we are going to work with Quantum. Thank you, Heather. You are so welcome, Nats. Did you get to a 0 and I didn't see it? Nat? Yes, she's a 0. Okay, you guys, this is proof. This is proof right here. Nat went from a 10-10 to a 0 in minutes. Minutes. I've never met these beautiful women. I just used the keys. They gave me permission. We tapped in and they cleared, not me. They did the work, not me. Okay? So Quantum, are you at a 10-10? And did you? Let me see. Quantum's at a 10-10. Yes, she gave me permission. Yes. Okay, so we're going to use these keys. Okay, perfect. That's what I got. Okay, we're going to use these keys for Quantum. We're going to ask, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life? We got past life, Quantum. Okay? If you don't resonate with a key, it doesn't mean that the key won't work. It might just mean you're not ready, or you have to see it differently. Does that make sense, you guys? I wasn't ready for the past life key when I got it. But I trusted it, and I kept getting more and more informations until it was literally Holy Spirit spoke to me when it was confirmed, and I was like, can't deny it. Persecution's cross. Yes, persecution cross. Definitely a lot of these guys. We need to know more. No, so this can be cleared. So Quantum, this is the universal way of releasing, you guys. Unconditional love. With each breath into the pain and then each breath out, you're literally seeing that pain being released from the body. Universal, everybody could do this. I don't have to teach breath. I don't have to teach unconditional love. This will get her to a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5. So why do I ask you guys what pain level this will get me to is because sometimes there's multiple keys. You could have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keys causing one pain in your body. They're all trapped in that one area. So we need to know more. So we're going to ask physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. So she also has absorbed, took it on as her own, someone's energy. Does that mean that she saved them or helped them or healed them? No, it just means she took it and claimed it as hers. So she's going to breathe unconditional love into that pain, and she's going to breathe that absorbed energy out, and then she's going to give it back to sender with love. Why with love? Because I don't send anything out in hate, because I want it to come back times 3 and good. Okay? Somebody asked, but isn't that mean to send things back? No, because you didn't help them or relieve any of their pain. You just mirrored it and took it as yours. Does that make sense? It's almost like they had pain and they imprinted it on you, but they still had their pain. Okay. That will get her to a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0. On this live, no. It'll get her to a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. So you'll get to a 1 today, Quantum, and then eventually that 1 will get into a 0, but not today, okay? So we are holding sacred space for Quantum. We're going to let her process, let us know. It will not hurt them sending back, no. So it's like you've been playing in the mud and you're dirty and you shake someone's hand with mud. Now they have some mud on their hand. You're still dirty and covered in your mud. They just took it as if it was theirs, and it's not. So that's why I say, like empaths, we take on everyone's energy and emotions as if it's ours. But my mom could not take my emotional pain from me. As parents, we wish we could. But that would be taking away my trials and my trauma, which is #my training. Does that make sense? You cannot take away someone's training. So yeah, you can feel the pain of your child. You can feel the pain of your friend because we're empaths. And of course, we want to have empathy for people, but it is not up to us to heal or save people. That was God. That was Jesus. We are here to have unconditional love and love our brothers as ourselves, but we are not here to take on other people's pain. Does that make sense? So when you send it away, you send it in love. I give this back to you. This is yours. This was never mine to carry. Okay? It does not add to their pain. It gets sent back to their original dimension, time and space where that occurred. And if they haven't processed it yet, guess what? It's not your problem. But it doesn't add to it. So quantum, where are we at? We're waiting for quantum. And then trust also whatever emotions come up. Sometimes the pain intensifies a little bit and then it goes down. Yes, Nat, I love that. She said my nan used to teach me this. Do you know we used to have mystery schools and women used to teach these spiritual gifts? Hathor, Isis, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, they all went to spiritual mastery schools. Okay? We got the watered down version. But now, like the Gospel of Mary, they found the Gospel of Mary. There's so many Gospels that are here now. I had so much pain. This is quantum, you guys. I had so much pain in my upper back. Gone. Puff. Puff. Okay, we're working on quantum. She had a 10-10 pain. We checked in. There was something past life, something absorbed. When you stop silencing your truth, the pain can come through. When you silence your truth, the pain will intensify. It's just the secret language of the body. So much love to quantum, you guys. Hearts, hearts, hearts for quantum. I got to charge my phone again. So quantum, you let us know when you get to a 0. We're going to do Christian. Okay, we're going to do Christian. How do you know where it's coming from? The 7 keys, Zan. So the 7 keys. So key number 1 is your body speaks to you. Okay, we have intuition. We have divine connection to source. Whatever. Okay, Christian, and are you at a 10-10 and give me permission? You're so welcome, quantum. You are so welcome. Okay. Let us know, though, when you get to a 0 so we can, like, love bomb you. So we're working with Christian. How do you use the keys? So first you have to know the keys. Okay, Christian. So I'm going to literally show you how you would use the keys. So first you have to know the keys. First you have to stop silencing your pain. You have to become aware. So whether that's a bad relationship, a money block, a physical pain, that's key number 1. Key number 2, we're going to ask, is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Is it generational? Is it past life? Is it absorbed? When you get a yes on one of the keys, that's your body saying that's it. So we're going to ask for a Christian. It's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. So I got a yes on absorbed. What does that mean? That means that the pain or whatever she's been dealing with is attached. The root cause is from something absorbed. She took on someone's energy as her own. Then I'm going to ask, do I need to know more? No. Which means her body is saying she can clear it. So Christian, you're going to hold unconditional love for yourself. You're going to breathe in unconditional love to the pain. And when you breathe out, you're going to imagine that breathing out and you're going to send it back to sender with love. Okay? Now I'm going to ask, what is that going to get her to on a pain level? So she started out as a 10. Is it a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5? So that's going to get her down to a 5, which means what? It means that there's another key attached to the pain. So you guys, I teach you the keys for free in my free guide. I teach you how to get a yes or a no, but it takes longer because you're really working with your intuition in my free guide. In my $27 guide, I teach you the advanced intuitive testing system guide. So you get all the charts if it's physical, because we're not playing a guessing game with needle and haystack. If it's a parasite, which parasite? If it's a heavy metal, which heavy metal? Is it a toxin? Which toxin? Is it a nutrient deficiency? Which one? Why are there only 4? Because when you fix the one, it fixes all the other things below it. Your body knows how to take care of itself. If it's emotional, generational, past life, absorbed, spiritual, if we get a yes, then we're going to dive deeper until we get a no. We don't need it to know anymore, okay? So do we need to know more about the absorbed energy? Yes, it came from mom, it came from dad, it came from brother, it came from sister. Christian, do you have a sister? Yeah, perfect, Sam. Thanks for asking, because if you're asking other people, it's perfect. So Christian, you took this from your sister, okay? Do we need to know more? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 10, 11. At age 11 is when this happened, is when you first took this energy on as yours. So from 11 to however old you are now, can you see how holding on to a trapped, absorbed energy can compile and get louder and louder? And now it's a 10. So from 11 to 10, she needs to know more? No. So you can clear this. Hand. So when I first get on my lives, I ask people if they want to be a part of it. Yes, simply behaving. So Christian, you can breathe unconditional love into that pain and you can release it. Okay, that's going to get her to a 5. What does that mean? It means there's another key, because we want to keep using the keys until we're told that this will get to a 0. My nan was a clairvoyant medium. Yes. I think my great-grandmother was. And my great-grandmother Irene, because she actually passed away. And then my mom had a dream that she called her on the phone and told her some things about her family and stuff and was like, where are you guys? What are you doing? Anyways, it's super cool. Okay, so we're going to test the next key for Christian. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational. So she has something generational that she's been carrying that's causing her pain. Generational. So she has something generational that she's been carrying that's causing her pain. Sorry, my phone dropped. Okay, so she's been carrying something generational. Mom's side, dad's side. So something from dad's side. Do we need to know more? Yes. So 1 generation, 2 generation, 3 generations, 4 generations back. She got this. This is epigenetics, you guys. Science has proven this. From the mom, from the dad. So 4 generations back on the dad's line, you absorbed something. Do we need to know the emotion? Yes, that's what I thought. So gosh dang it. In my advanced intuitive testing guide, you guys, I have all of the charts. So you will get, it's PDF, so it's not a booklet, but you can print it. But in the back, I have a chart for emotions. I'm not the only one that has emotion charts, you guys, so don't freak out. Remember, I said I was certified in several modalities, and I'm giving you this. So I have charts of all the emotions, okay? So we're going to figure out which emotion. We're going to figure out what emotion was being passed down. Why? Because we were told we had to know more. If it was no, then I would just clear it. But you cannot clear the pain unless you listen to the truth. Do you guys understand that? So somebody the other day said, I'm trying to clear and it's not working. You said I can breathe unconditional love and breathe it out. That's the same thing as masking, because you're not listening to your body. You're not getting to the root cause. Your body's trying to communicate and tell you so that the lesson can be gone. Does that make sense? Okay. So this page, okay. 53, 54, 55. Unworthy. Unworthy was the emotion. So your great-great-great-great-grandfather felt unworthy, and he passed that down to your 3rd, 2nd, and grandfather and dad. And guess what? You got that from dad. So can you see why it's so important that you know these keys? Because you can be carrying emotions that are not even freaking yours. And how would you show up in life if you had the energy of feeling unworthy, right? So, Christian, you're going to release that. I just tapped into it. That will get her to a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0. Yeah, if you guys are on the live and I don't get to you, don't worry, because if you were on my live next time, say I was on your live yesterday. So, Christian, you let us know. Breathe unconditional love into that pain and breathe it out, right? What is the opposite of unworthy? Unworthy is a hard feeling, yeah. How do you know the different categories? I teach you for free, love. I have a free guide that shows you the keys, and my advanced intuitive testing guide, I give you all the charts. So I give you all the trapped emotions. If it's physical, I give you the parasites, the heavy metals, the toxins, and the nutrient deficiencies. Worthy. What's the opposite of unworthy? Worthy. Enough. I am enough. That's a big one. So we're just waiting for Christian, right? She was at a 10-10 to get to a 0. I'm here to speak truth. What is my truth? My truth is that you do not have to live in pain. Pain is actually the secret messenger of the body. When you silence your pain, you literally silence your truth. I give you the 7 keys for free because I was told to, because I spent the last decade certifying and learning these keys. And when I finally figured out that I always had the answers, I was pissed at God. I was like, this is so freaking simple, easy to do, right? Because I was working with my clients and getting healing in seconds. And I'm like, what is going on here, God? Like, it took me a decade to learn this, that everyone has their own answers, that everyone has this divine gift called their intuition that speaks yes or no, that's been trying to communicate through their pain. Like, hey, listen to me. And the second that I held sacred space for them, they released the pain in seconds. So I teach these keys because I was told to for free. My guide, that's $27. I charge for that because I spent 10 years and over 15K in certifications, and I give that to you in my $27 guide. So you can learn in seconds. Christian, shut the front door. We knew it would happen. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I just walked across the floor in 0 pain. I just walked across the floor in 0 pain. I'm not a healer. I held sacred space. She released that pain. All I did was teach her and show her which key was blocked, which you have full access to in my $27 guide, okay? It is so powerful. If everyone in the world had access to this information, the matrix would be destroyed. You cannot profit off of healed people. You cannot profit. And when you continue to silence people's truth, like they did that to me, you guys. I was giving my babies medication for every pain, every ache. I didn't know any better. I was doing myself and my children a disservice by not listening to their pain. God gave us these beautiful creations, our body, and he gave us a way to communicate. He gave our bodies a way to let us know when something was off so that we could listen, and our bodies would always tell us. It's our intuition, it's discernment to always know yes, to always know no. It never lies, it always tells the truth. So when you have discernment, which you were born with, you guys, but we've been lied to and we've been silenced by our parents, by our coaches, our teachers, our priests, our prophets, right? Yes, Christian. So when I hold sacred space, when you hold sacred space, you stop silencing your pain, you start listening to it, and you just ask. You can just start asking, what does this pain mean? Pay attention to your dreams, your visions, your downloads, what comes up for you. Yeah, my dad told me to shut up all the time. I was the loudest, rambunctious child. That's why I got whooped with the belt so many times, right? Physical abuse was his way of shutting me down. And our parents, you guys, are doing the best they can, right? It's generational that we need to break. And so there's a mass awakening happening. There's a mass amount of people stepping into their spiritual gifts. But a lot of us are awakening and there's no boundaries. There's no foundation. So I do have a spiritual mastery course. I'll let you guys know who are on here. I froze. It's $397, but I broke it down into monthly payments of $36. But you will learn how to have a solid foundation. You will know your purpose. You will know your spiritual gifts. You'll know how to activate your spiritual gifts. You'll be able to step fully into alignment and purpose. You'll be certified in the truth code. So if you want to take this system and teach it and practice it with paying clients, by all means, this is your container to ask. And you're with women who are fully in their spiritual gifts. So this is a spiritual mastery school that's Christian led. Okay. So we will learn about God. You will learn about Heavenly Mother. You will learn about Elohim, male, female. You will learn frequency codes. You will learn how to activate your instrument for pure divine truth. You will learn how to activate your antenna, to turn your antenna on, and to bring your tribe in. Who are you? I don't even know this person. Okay. Yeah, your third eye, your pineal gland. Excuse me, she's not in those two. What you are? Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about the bullies or the people in the comments. I block them. And that's how do you know when you've made it is if you can handle a mass amount of haters and like people who criticize you and put you down and it doesn't affect your energy, you've made it. Because you have to get to a place. Jesus Christ is the most perfect example. He was the most loved and the most hated person, hated so much that they persecuted him on a cross, and he was perfect. And all he did was teach truth and healing. Okay? So we kind of went off topic there, but if you want to be part of the spiritual mastery course and you feel called, it's for you. If not, it's not, and that's totally fine. At least get the free guide or get the $27 advanced intuitive testing guide so you can learn how to do this for yourself and other people. So you can learn if you have money blocks, okay? I just send them love. Yep, I send them with love too. How are we sure we're always getting the right key? Because once you have your yes and your no, which I teach you how to do in my guides, once you have your yes and your no and it's solid, right? And I teach you how to confirm, then it's just quick. It becomes quick because then you just ask, is it this? No. Is it this? No. When you get a yes in the system I teach you, then you get a yes and then you can clear. Does that make sense? It's so, you guys, it is so easy. You're going to be mad. I was mad when I learned how easy it was because like I said, I spent thousands of dollars. I learned this with this. Yes. So Venezuela, that is in my free guide that I teach because that takes longer. My sis asked me one day how I feel and I said my heart is about to burst open. Yeah. So there are many ways to learn this. I'm not the only one that teaches this information. I am one of the few who teaches it for free. And then I'm one of the few who gives you access for only $27. Because most people charge 1 to 2 to 3 to 5 to even 10K for the system that I teach. How do I know? Because I paid them. And then I finally paid for my last course. And it was literally everything I taught for $1,000. And I was pissed. I'm like, come on, Heather, you have to stop. You have to stop and just recognize that you have the gifts inside of you. I just give you the tools. When you have the tools, you can access healing for yourself. Yes, Devin. Okay. So we helped Kathy, Holly, Quantum, Kathy Reynolds, Nat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people we got from a 10, 10 to a 0 in 1 hour. 10, 10, 0 in 1 hour using this system that I teach you for free in my free guide. However, if you want the advanced technique where you can get your yes and no in seconds and start doing this proxy for your family members, your kids, okay, that's where the investment comes in. And then look into my spiritual mastery course. If you feel called, it's for you. If not, it's not for you. It's that simple. Trust your intuition. Okay. I'm going to head out for the day. But yeah, if you guys want to join my spiritual mastery class, we have our next live on Monday. I'm so excited. And yeah, if you feel called, you will get me every week. We go deep, deep, deep into spiritual things, and it's pretty powerful. So have an amazing weekend. The masterclass is 8 weeks, but you get lifetime access. And then I go live every Monday in the group. So you will get me every Monday. And then you'll also get we start on Monday. We're doing a New Year's ritual. It's a money ritual. It's incredible. So I did this 2 years ago, and each year I did it, I've increased my money exponentially because there is something about ritual, holding sacred space, bringing your vision in and doing it for 30 days. It's super powerful. So you'll get access to that too in the community starting in January. All right, you guys, thank you so much for all the love. Don't forget to share, like, comment. I go live every day except for Sundays. Sundays are my Sabbath day where I take a rest. So I'll see you guys on Monday, all right? I won't be on tomorrow. I'll be on Monday though. And every day after that except for Sundays. Okay, bye guys. Have such an amazing weekend. Have a happy Thanksgiving if you don't come on my live again. But sending you so much love, guys.